Okay, hey, I'm Heidi Herr, the Outreach Coordinator for Special Collections at the Johns Hopkins University. And these are two of my awesome colleagues, Ellen Keith and Adrian Koenig. And we are just so thrilled to have the roadshow here at Hopkins. And we found out about it via social media. I have created a Tumblr for the Peabody Library, and I follow libraries as one of my tags. And when you know it, your great ship showed up, and we were like, Hopkins has got to get in on this action because we got innovation up the wazoo. And how? Yes. So Special Collections at Hopkins is rather interesting because it's at 3 different locations. In addition to the Homewood facility, which you're currently at, we also have Special Collections at the gorgeous George Peabody Library and the John Work Garrick Library. And basically, you name it, we got it, from cuneiform tablets dating to like 2500 BCE to cutting-edge artist books. So we have a little something of everything for our students and researchers to learn from. And when it comes to innovation and technology, we really just go head on with using social media. Unfortunately, we don't have a robust budget to engage students, but we found that that really isn't a hindrance because there's so many awesome tools available freely for us to use. And the students, boy, do they use them. We have an exceptionally active Facebook page that Ellen and Adrian monitor. We also, you can find us on Twitter, Tumblr, Flickr, you name it, we got it. And we try to use all these various resources to engage students. For Flickr, for instance, we use that as a way for student volunteers and interns to curate their own exhibits. Facebook is a way for us to engage students about all the awesome kind of fun DIY projects we do at the library. For instance, the Making Monsters Monday for Halloween, which I don't know, would one of you like to talk a bit about?
Just go ahead.
Yeah, Adrian and I were talking about what makes us innovative, and I said, we've hosted things at this academic library. We've had undergraduates and graduate students come and sit together, and we've made bookmark monsters. Right before Christmas, we made candy cane critters. And I just like that idea. I mean, it's not a public library, but it's a library where we've got a lot of high stress going on, and so we look for times of year, like the bookmark thing was around Halloween, midterms, people are kind of stressing out, the Christmas thing around finals. So we look for ways that our students can just sit down, relax, get to know some librarians, and come away with something. And it's really neat just to see them come back. So we get new people every time, but what was fun for our final event around Christmas was getting like the same people come back and say, great, you're having another event. So we just thought that was a lot of fun to be able to do. And they take them away something. So we've got critters galore around the library, some in carols and things like that.
And tying much what Ellen said, what's interesting about Special Collections is that the material isn't just used by people associated with Hopkins, but by the greater Baltimore and, quite frankly, Research Road community. As such, we've really opened up our rare materials to the general public. For instance, every year, actually no, not every year, for the past 2 years or so, we've opened the George Peabody Library up to the public during Flower Mart and Baltimore Book Festival. And we really encourage children to come on in and interact with books that are 500, 600 years old. To that effect, we created free coloring books that we give out to students, along with kind of DIY bookmarks that feature everybody's favorite monsters from 15th century incunabula. So it's a really great way to help develop future book nerds. And it's just awesome too because we tend to think that students and that young people in general, the only word technology is the only way, it's technology or nothing. But what we found is that technology and rare books go hand in hand. You throw things up on Tumblr, you throw things up on Flickr, but students come in to look at the actual thing. So it's really not a competition. These things need to work together to enable future scholarship.
I also like how our social media feeds on each other. So we had, Heidi hosted a Halloween event, Dirty Books and Longing Looks, Part 2. And we did a blog post about it with links to the Flickr page. And although the Flickr page had already been up, it wasn't until the blog post came up that the hits just kept coming on Flickr. So it's nice that we support each other in all of our social media events. So there's just that sort of synergy. Sorry, I hate that word, but I'm going to use it. There's that synergy of those continuous links.
But that's what's so important is that for far too often libraries, like the individual departments within libraries, they tend to not work together. And Special Collections, quite frankly, it tends to be the treasure house mentality thing, which I get because, come on, I mean, you got some things that are worth like 5, 6 figures. You have to have certain precautions, but you shouldn't let that stop you from forging new alliances with great colleagues such as Ellen and Adrian, by creating new partnerships, you're able to reach out to a broader constituency, and that's really what our mission is as librarians to do.
Cool. Right?
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. We love the
so much
roadshow.
for today.
Yay! this every year.